Alright guys, we are back once again. And we're going to be watching Pain versus eLevate coming up right now. As you can see, we are already up into the server, about to get started here in about 5 seconds or so. And I believe this is going to be eLevate's pick. Yes, this is. So if you guys are just joining us, we are in the semifinals match. This is going to be eLevate versus Pain. And currently we are on board with Pain, Jiri, who is going to be going outside of the map. Now this is a pretty standard breakout from both of these teams. I would have to say that eLevate is probably going to be at a disadvantage, or not a disadvantage, but at a not the favorite of this particular match right here. I think that Pain is definitely going to be looking fairly decent here. They were able to 3-0 eLevate twice last cup. So we'll see if that's going to be the case here again or not. Gabrielos now going to be coming in from the bottom side, as it does look like eLevate has managed to negate a lot of the damage that could have been done here by owning the bottom side of the map. But Gabrielos quickly takes down Fractal. Nice pickup there, as we will be seeing just trying to pick out exactly where the players are at for eLevate. eLevate deciding to go ahead, push on in with the bomb. They are only 3 players alive right now, and Maddie coming up, not able to stay alive long enough, does end up going down. Zig, though, with that revive, should be able to keep this up and going for as long as he possibly can, as it does look like Maddie goes down once again. So, yeah, this is really not looking good at all. Nice pickup there. We do see Windtalk going down, but yeah, Uran, or I'm sorry, not Uran, Pain gets completely wiped up there. Oh, sorry guys, had to cough there. But Pain did get completely wiped up there. We do see Spawnness now trying to clear out the rest of the players here, getting a couple of revives. That bomb down on top of that alpha site is still going to be taken away. Wintaw will be back up and alive here, and he does get completely overwhelmed. We'll be seeing a lot more spawns coming back in as well. Fractal getting taken out right away. Wintaw, though, will be able to avenge. I don't know if they're going to be able to stop this defuse from going down, as we do see Wintal still just trying to find out where exactly these players are. There's the diffuser that's going down right now. We're going to go on board right now with Zig, who is looking out for anybody that could potentially stop this diffuse. And, oh, it's going to be so close, but no, he does end up getting it, taking out Fractal at the last second. That's going to be a full squad wipe, and we will be seeing Pain now in control of the bomb, heading back over to the other side of the map. Fantastic job right there from Pain. It was looking pretty bleak, I would have to admit. Honestly, I did not know if they were going to be able to stave that off, as eLevate had pushed him all the way into the backside of basically Kitchen. I mean, they were all the way in the back. So right now we are going to be seeing Zig with a lot of smokes being thrown out. We'll be able to get onto that plant. And does he end up making it in time? He does not. That's going to be Tony taking him down in a fantastic position that he is in. And we'll see if they're going to be able to make it happen again. They can actually hear when the diffuse is going down. I mean, you can hear that beep, 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 beep. So they kind of can get some audio cues as to when to push up and when to spam that particular spot on the map. But Wintaw waiting for anybody else to push on up. Nobody just yet. Only 1 player down right now for Pain, but Wintaw spots out 2 players trying to look on the backside here. He is going to be going in for that diffuse. Oh, he ends up faking it right there, missing out on his opportunity to get 2 frags, which is going to hurt them quite a bit. Tony is going to be back up on top of the diffuse himself, but he does end up going down before the diffuse could actually happen. So it does seem like Pain will be able to get this first bomb right here, right now, as eLevate is pushed all the way into the back. We are going to be seeing a couple trying to get outside as fast as possible. Baki gets picked up. Fractal gets picked up as well. And that is going to be a very quick 1-0 in favor of Pain. And as I said before, I don't think that that's going to be any surprise whatsoever if we see Pain going up huge numbers. Spawnness just going to be able to pick up a couple more. And honestly, Spawnness is one of those players that Uran picked up in the NG Store Cup. Well, I saw him playing in the NG Store Cup the most, and he was like an X factor for those guys. He really did help them out quite a bit in terms of getting going and running. So really excited to see what he can do on this team this season, and seeing if they can really bring something else to the table. But it does look like that Pain He's going to have Zig kind of caught out in a weird position. They could use him for spawns if they want to, but the bomb will be making its way out to the other side of the map. Baki, not too sure what he wants to do with the bomb just yet, but Zig is going to be able to come right up behind him if they're not careful. And Zig deciding to go ahead and pull on back just a little bit further than what the bomb carrier was at. He is going to be getting some fairly decent positioning here, though. He's helping his teammate out. Maddie, though, does end up getting at least one of those frags. And doesn't look like... Ooh, the quick turnaround there with the G18 taking down Tony. Beautiful shots coming in for this guy. And they will once again be able to get control of that bomb. But, oh, look at that. We do see a couple of players setting up inside tower. Spawnness, though. How did Spawnness get by? Oh, my God. Spawnness somehow just was like, nope, we're not going to be getting shot from tower. We're just going to go ahead and go for the plant. As he makes his way to that B site. So far, nobody from eLevate just yet. He does get picked up. That's a two-piece coming in there from Tony, as that bomb will be going back into their possession. 4 minutes and 18 seconds left on the clock. Still lots of time left here, as we will be seeing Gabriella setting up to hold these players back. Lots of spam going down. Can he make it a second one? He cannot. Zig also goes down in the backfield, so it's going to be up to Maddie and Spawnness here to try and hold this off. We do see Spawnness down below, which I do like his positioning. Fantastic there, having a high and low position, basically. Maddie, though, a little bit too late on the staircases here. And, wow, he didn't actually get anybody there. That is surprising. I would have figured that he'd at least pick up one of those players, but no. His teammate had to finish him off. It's going to be Zig. Staying back. We will be seeing the bomb down. Now, again, in this situation here, Payne, they already have that 1-0 advantage going into round number 2. They don't really have to pressure this whatsoever. It's 3 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock, so they do have time just to kind of burn, play this out very passively. They don't own anything in the middle of the map. Well, actually they do. They do have Gabriella set up into the middle of the map. eLevate actually getting pushed off there. I think what's worrying them right now is the fact that Fractal is outside here, and this is very uncommon to have a guy this far pushed up without being inside staircases. Normally you do see that kind of staircase outside lane combo going down, but that's not the issue here. Spawnness worried about a little bit of a back rage there from Fractal. Looks like not going to be the case, as Fractal is all the way in the backfield. You can see him getting a couple of shots in. He doesn't know if he wants to go in or not. But eLevate getting the bomb back, as we do see Baki now making his way down below. Kind of surprised to see him using that Ace 23, but he is definitely making do with it so far. So we will be seeing him now starting to push on up. Will we be able to see any advantage here for this eLevate squad? They really do not want to go down, and that is going to be a good start. Baki and Tony both picking up frags. Spawnness, though, will be able to answer back, taking down Fractal outside of the map. Nice answer there from Spawnness, actually, as he's going to be able to pick up 2 kills. So even though he is the last guy alive, the bomb is going to be getting planted. But where is the setup here from eLevate? eLevate is not really in the best of positions just yet. They're just now going to be getting over here towards Beepers. They're just now going to be getting over here towards Broken. So really the question right now is, will they be able to hold this off defensively? We've seen time and time again where they really struggle with basically locking this position down. Spawnness, though, coming around the corner. Nice pick up there. Will end up going down. We do see Gabriella's trying to get the frags as well. Will only be able to get an assist. His teammate coming in from that right flank will be able to take him down, as you do see the kit switch coming in as well. Fractal ends up getting picked up. We do see more spawns coming in. Tony is going to be that man. Do they go in for the defuse here and try and basically just get that last second kill? It does look like they are going to be able to get the defuse. I can't really tell right now, as Tony comes around, and he does. Fantastic job there, as Tony able to stay alive just long enough to distract this this Payne squad, and get that bomb on the board. So they have to be happy about that. Really curious, though, to see if anybody's going to be making any play. I think that by the time the bomb does spawn, the match is going to be over. As you can see, only 50 seconds left on the clock. Very late bomb, actually. 8 minutes and 48 seconds. But we do see 42 seconds left. The question here, though, is will eLevate go ahead and push and try and get some kind of a 2-1 advantage going to round number 2? Jiri, though, with a 2-piece, will be able to shut that down pretty quickly. As you just see Fractal trying to get that hip fire spray. 3 down for eLevate. eLevate not really going to be able to do much, if anything at all. Tony going to be able to spot out the bomb carrier there. Curious to see him not kind of hanging around just a little bit to check and make sure that nobody's coming in from the backside. But eLevate needs to be careful. There is 10 seconds left on the clock. There is time to get this plant down. It does look like he is down. That's going to be it there. So 4 seconds left. Not really any time to do anything at all. So we are going to be seeing a 1-1 tie going into round number 2 here. Pain versus eLevate. I really didn't see that coming. I thought that Pain would have been able to do a little bit more damage than what they were able to. But you could see that they were struggling. Gabrielis with a 7 and 12. Wow. I have to say, Gabrielis has been really hit and miss these last 2 cups. Last cup, when we saw him, you know, the rounds that they were really doing well in, you saw Gabrielis and Spawnus doing fantastic in terms of frags. When you saw them really struggling, well, that was when they were really losing. That's when you saw Gabrielis going negative. You know, Spawnus wasn't really doing that well. Revolts was struggling as well. So, you know, they really need to start stepping it up. You know, Gabrielis, you have to have him shooting well. You know, he's a good objective player, but he's a fantastic fragger. And when he's on, he's on. He is just as good as any of them. We've seen him going toe-to-toe with some of the best fraggers out there and win time and time again. So you definitely need him on game. And he just wasn't that round. So we'll see if he kind of, you know, shapes up this next time, if he kind of wakes up a little bit. Or if we see eLevate being able to shut this down. It is a 1-1, so I mean, it's anybody's game. Honestly, there's no... There's absolutely no winner here yet. Both of these teams playing very, very well together. Now, our next map, Dawnbreaker. Wow, really, Dawnbreaker? We have seen a lot of the South American teams picking Dawnbreaker. Very curious to see that as the case, but I don't know. I really don't know how Dawnbreaker would be playing out for either of these teams. I haven't really cast a whole lot of Pain. In fact, actually, no, the last time that I cast Pain on Dawnbreaker, I think they got completely trashed, and it was from Dexterity. Back when they were URAN. I think they got like, I think they got spawn trapped completely. It was like a 4-minute game. It was bad. So maybe they know something that they have figured out here recently. It's going to make that a little bit easier. But here we go. Second round. And we are getting started. As you can see, standard breakouts across the board. eLevate will be on the red side. We are going to be seeing Pain on the blue side. And I'm kind of curious to see if eLevate goes for a fairly aggressive push, or if they just basically try and lighten it up, just play passive, wait for the mistakes that we normally do see coming out of these games. I mean, most of the time, a standard lockers match, you're going to be looking at like 3 minutes before anybody makes a move. And that's a standard lockers match. So would not surprise me if we see that here, especially with it coming down to the second round 1-1 tie. So it does look like Supreme will be downstairs, and he is going to be having at least one player to contend with. Oh, if he loses this gunfight, this is going to be so bad, and he has a Rex, so no real spam is going to be available to him. Has to back on up. I think that was the right move. Really don't know what the deal was there, as the player wasn't even looking at him, but it does look like Supreme going down inside tunnel is going to open it up, but Baki should be there to save this off, and no, he does not. That's going to be 2 down. And as you can see, Pain sees an opening, and they're going to go ahead and push that. Classic Pain URAN style of game right there. As soon as you get at least 1, maybe 2 bodies up, you're just going to go ahead and force the issue. And it's going to be working in their favor. They will be able to completely wipe out this eLevate squad coming back from main spawn. This is a fantastic start right here for Pain. Spawnus is going to be set up over here next to Medical, as he does end up getting picked apart there just a little bit. And he will be able to get that hip fire spray there onto Baki. Fantastic shots coming in. So we'll see if he's going to be able to stay alive and do much more damage. That bomb still planted there on top of Alpha. We do see 3 players alive for Pain, 4 players actually, as one is going to be set up at side, as well as 2 step back over there onto that B site. Spawnness, though, doesn't going down. Zig will be able to pick up a kill, as well as Gabrielos. You can see Zig outside. Supreme, the last player alive. Actually, Supreme, the only person with a kill on eLevate. Wow. That, my friends, is something to point out. 0 and 3 for Tony. 0 and 4 for Wintoss. 0 and 4 for Baki. Was 0 and 3 for Fractal. That is definitely not a situation you want to be in, where 4 of your guys aren't even posting up kills. You do see Maddie now getting picked up. eLevate starting to get a little bit of momentum coming back in, but that's going to be 2-1 in favor of Pain Gaming. And Wintoss taking down G-Re. Zig now going to be coming all the way back from Maine. But that's painful. That's definitely painful right there for eLevate. Tony is still 0 and 4. Kind of curious to see why exactly they're having so much issue in terms of frags. Especially the fact that they didn't do that bad last game whatsoever. I mean, they were hanging with it the entire round. But DC Supreme now having the backup from those nades coming on in. They do have control of the bomb still, as nice little shots there coming in onto Spawnness. So they will open it up, as 2 more players are going to be coming in for URAN. But we'll see if they're going to be able to catch them off of these spawns or not. And it does look like Supreme gets caught out into the open. Now it's all of a sudden down to a 2-on-3 in favor of eLevate. Fractal is going to be taking quite a bit of damage, but he manages to survive. Wintoss also going to be up and alive. Wow, Wintoss is actually in a fairly decent position to come around from the backside. We do see the spawns coming back in. And, you know, eLevate doesn't necessarily have to prevent the fuse going down. If they can just get a squad wipe here, this is going to do it for them. And we do see G-Re staying alive, and that's what I'm talking about. You don't need to just go ahead, suicide into the bomb. Make sure you have all your players up and alive. You'll have time, get the plant once again, and make sure you get set up. And now, you know, they should be in even better position than they were before, because Pain ended up scrambling to get that defuse. They went ahead and got out of all of their positions in terms of defense, and now you can see the fruits of that labor as Fractal comes in with a beautiful 2-piece. He does eventually go down. Supreme, though, will be there to help him back up. It's now 3v3 as we have URAN trying to push back in. G-Re does end up going down. The hipfire not going to be working there on Gabrielos, by the way, who is 7 and 4. As Fractal only able to pick up at least one of those kills. And Wintoss trying to get in here, and he does just barely take down Maddie. Oh my god. So close. So close right there. But we will be seeing it evened up 2-2. As now, Pain, they're going to want to try and finish this out. 4 minutes left, or actually 5 minutes left in this round. Wow. There's a lot of time left on this round now. And you can just see, I mean, it's probably going to slow down a little bit here. If eLevate can get spawns in here pretty soon. I did like what Pain ended up doing. So what Pain ended up doing after that, they saw the squad wipe going down onto eLevate, and they ended up just pushing all of their players across the map, making sure that they can get some decent positioning here. Maddie is going to be up above. You can hear him trying to go around, clearing out all these prison cells, and he's not going to be able to get the frag there. His teammate actually does. Maddie does finally go down. eLevate trying to do as much as they possibly can to pick up as many of these frags as they can. G-Re with that bomb in hand, going to be shifting back over here towards that C site. Nice pick up there on top of Fractal, but does take a considerable amount of damage, which will be slowing him down. Now it's a 2v3 as eLevate will be on the back foot once again. Just getting completely picked apart here. G-Re now pushing in onto that B site. Anybody there for eLevate? Nobody, actually, for eLevate to try and stop this, as G-Re should be able to get that plant down easy peasy. And now Supreme coming back in as well. And eLevate really does not want to lose this first map. I mean, they really don't want to lose this first map, especially since it was their choice. G-Re, though, coming around inside mid, taking down Tony. Beautiful job right there. Now 2-on-2, as the spawns are going to be in the favor here of Pain. You can see right there, it's a 4-on-1. There's the squad wipe. Basically, that's going to be GG. I really do not see eLevate being able to come back and break this. Now, they have before in the past, but It is looking so darn good here for Payne. Tony is going to be spawning back in, automatically goes down. And yeah, that's going to be first map going over into the favor here of Payne as they take it 3-2 in a very close game, actually. That was a very, very close game. So now we are going to be heading into Dawnbreaker, which is a map that I don't really know how eLevate is going to be faring. Supreme going 13-8, by the way, there. To end out that round. He was the only player that was positive for the very first half of that match. But now we're going to be heading over into Dawnbreaker, and I really do not know what to expect in this particular match. I mean, this is as dodgy as you can probably get it, to be honest with you. I feel like the fact that Uran picked it makes it so that they probably know a little bit of a better setup. They've practiced that long-range communication. Uh-oh. Ooh. Alright. Oh, this is awesome. Okay. You gotta love Origin when it doesn't let you into the servers. God, I hate this so much. Okay, here we go. Let's try this. All right. It should not be that hard to get into a server. Okay, so now we're going to be heading into our next server, which, like I said before, will be on Dawnbreaker. This is going to be Uran's pick, which I have to say, eLevate's probably not going to be feeling too awfully good about that. I'm sorry, did I say Uran? I meant Payne. These name changes, guys. These name changes. My gosh. Why can't you just stay the same? I've been casting these boys for like 2 years, and they've been Uran. So, you got to give me a little bit of a break. So, right now, waiting in for those players to go ahead and join on up. Let's see, going to go ahead and confirm with admin. Alright, so we should be getting players in here pretty darn soon. And getting this thing underway. So anyways, guys, if you are just joining us, this is the ESL One Qualification Cup number 2 for our winter season. And we are currently in our semifinals for tonight. eLevate versus Payne Gaming. And we are going to be watching our second match here on Dawnbreaker. If you guys are interested in playing in future cups, head on over to play.eslgaming.com/battlefield and make sure that you check on us on Twitter at ESL Battlefield as well. Alright, so Dawnbreaker, we've seen this map actually probably the most that we've ever seen this map being played, but pretty standard breakout. You will be seeing 2 up to the north for both of these teams going over onto bridge. You're going to be seeing at least 1 going over into mid and probably 2 down to the south bridge. Try and get control of that high ground advantage. So as you can see there, the bridge does slope up and collapses there into the middle. So that will give you on the edges of the bridge really good lines of sight for the majority of the map. You're going to be able to spot out a lot of movement that will be happening. The one thing that you do have to watch out for is that if they do get a flank on you, you are pretty much dead. There's no cover up here whatsoever. So you can just see right there the amount of area that you can actually spot out, and you can actually, you know, do a fairly decent job of protecting if you are using a Ace-23 or some sort of long-range style of gun. You will be seeing the hill right here, the mountain, being used quite a bit if you're attacking over here onto the alpha site. And then, of course, you are going to be seeing long A being used as well. If you're going to be seeing the A site over on the blue side of the map being attacked quite a bit. So those are the two most popular bomb sites to go for. You will be seeing B and C being played for if the team gets squad wiped. If you see like a squad wipe and then another like a 3-man wipe or another squad wipe going down, then you're most likely going to be seeing those BC sites being pushed in on, especially if you're on the blue team going towards the Chinese side of the map. It is very, very difficult on the Chinese side. As you can see, there is no cover whatsoever, or hardly any cover rather, coming in from spawn to C site. So if it does get planted on, it's near impossible to actually get it diffused if the team has all 5 players up and alive. Also, there's only one spawn on this map, so a lot of our other maps have spawns, dual spawns. They have like a north or south spawn or an east and west spawn, so that it makes it harder for you to actually get spawn trapped on. There's always going to be a way that you can get out, but on this map, that's not the case. It's only one spawn, but the spawn area is wider. So if you take a look over here on the US side, the spawn area is actually this entire building right here. On the Chinese side, the spawn area is the whole entire backside of the building, just like what we were pointing out over on the US side. What that entails, though, is that on the Chinese side, because it is so narrow, is more narrow than what it is on the US side, and you can't actually go through the middle of the building up until you jump onto the ledge, it makes it very, very difficult to get out of a spawn trap, a correctly done spawn trap, which we have seen a couple of teams doing. Most notably, we did see Dexterity doing it to eLevate. We saw Dexterity doing it to URAN. We saw a little bit of it on Slap, actually, with URAN in the previous match. So very, very, very tough to get out of that position. You can see right there, guys, just how open it really is, and if you can actually push players up into a position, it's near impossible to get out of it. At the very least, it's guaranteeing a bomb site for your own team. So this map right here, definitely a lot bigger. You're going to be seeing teams utilizing, I would have to say, utilizing more of a sneak attack type approach. So you're going to be seeing more players going in for these massive flanks, hiding in the back, waiting for teams to pass them by, and then coming in and shooting them in the back. That type of thing. Just because it is so easy to kind of lose, it's so easy to lose players within this map, and just to basically lose your teammates as well. It seems like we've had some teams on here that just didn't know where their own teammates were and where they were going to be covering in from or where they were going. It's a big miscommunication there. It is very difficult to support your bomb carrier from across the map. I mean, if you take a look at it, once again, just, like over here on this A site, I mean, if the bomb carrier is going over here for Alpha and your team's over there next to Charlie, you're not going to be able to make it in time. It's not like on Locker where it's like, okay, I'll just, hop, skip, and jump it away, and I'm going to be there to help you out. No, it's not the case. It is definitely very difficult to help out your team unless you're set up specifically for a certain kind of cross shot, or you're going to be able to be fairly close to him to where you can't get those revives going down. So just waiting in for the rest of the players to join on up. eLevate has one more guy. Bam! There he is. And we are going to be going live, hopefully, right after this restart. Once again, this is our second map of our semifinals match, best of 3. And we will see if eLevate's going to be able to keep their dream alive. I would say they're doing a lot better this game than they are last game. And I don't know if that's because we see the addition of Fractal or not. I don't think he played. I almost know that he didn't play last cup. I'm pretty sure he didn't play last cup. I think it was Tech. Let's see, it was Tech and... who was it that played with him last week? Oh my god, it's killing me. I cannot remember anything at all. But anyways, Fractal, I don't believe, played with him last week, so that could be a definite, leg up there for them. He is a fantastic player, and anytime you do have a player like that on your team, it does help out quite a bit, especially with the amount of fragging power that he can bring to the table as well. So we are going to be going live here in about 37 seconds. Pain is going to be on the red side of the map, And eLevate on the blue side of the map. Pain already with a 1 map advantage. So, you know, Pain can lose this map, and they're going to be feeling pretty fine. I mean, they're going to have, well, what is the next map? Parasail Storm, I believe it is. Yeah, they'll have Parasail Storm to come back in on, and it's going to be perfectly fine for them. I really don't think that Parasail Storm is going to be too much of an issue for them. I think that eLevate will have a little bit better fighting chance on that map than they would on Dawnbreaker, but I do think that is a fairly decent map for Pain Gaming. But that is also going to be a split server, so that could actually play in a factor as well. So here we go. We're going to be starting out. Fairly standard breakouts, as we were talking about before. 2 down to the south for each team, 2 to the north for each team. We do see 1 stopping over into mid for eLevate, and Pain is also going to be doing the same as well. So we're going to go on board with Zig, though. Zig, in my opinion, one of the better players in Squad Obliteration, or at least one of the players that have really blossomed in Squad Obliteration. And Dom, you never really saw him putting up huge numbers. You never really saw him making a massive impact on the game, whereas on this one, you really have seen him being able to do some really good work with this squad. Maddie does end up getting taken down by Supreme. That Ace 23 shot's just really good at range. And now Jiri also going down, so we're going to be seeing eLevate opening us up with the 3 kills right in a row. Depends on where they're going to be pushing in from, but I will say this. This is the map that we saw Baki pretty much single-handedly being able to get a plant and holding it by himself. I'm not kidding you. The guy was just on a tear that game. So we'll see if that's going to be the case this time. We do have lots of incendiaries going out, just trying to use that smoke effect the best they possibly could. Baki, though, will end up surviving from that initial missile attack. And now he does get the go-ahead from his team to go for the plant itself. Fractal is going to be doing some work over here. We do see Tony. Oh, almost getting that last kill. Wintal, though, going to be following it back up, as he will be right behind the enemy squad here, getting chased by 2 players. Tries to poke on out there. That ain't going to be happening. And he does eventually go down. Baki now shifting on over, waiting for those players to push on in. And he is going to be running right into one. There he is, finds one. Will be able to find the second one. He is going to be right behind the crates here. And no, that is not going to be going back in their favor. So we do see Fractal. Fractal is not using a recon kit, is he? No, he was using a medic kit. We'll be able to keep him pushing the back. And this is what we were talking about before. You can kind of keep him pushed into the back. You see Fractal doing a fair amount of work, as there's just really no cover whatsoever for for Pain to push up from. And now Jiri does finally get the frag down onto Fractal. Oh, nice shot there. Jiri finished him off with that Rex there. But first blood, basically, first point going in here for eLevate right from the start. And very curious to see eLevate doing well right away, both times on both maps. Now this is, like I said before, URAN's map choice, so you got to kind of think that URAN has something up their sleeve on this one. They have some sort of an advantage that we're going to be seeing coming out. And so far, we're not seeing that just yet. Tony is going to be up above. And we are going to be seeing eLevate here just trying to keep any kind of high ground advantage that they possibly can. And it does look like Wintal will be trading out with Maddie there. So it's a 4-all basically at the moment. But we do see 2 going down very quickly for Pain. Now it's going to be a 2-on-4 situation. Supreme going to be wrapping around. We'll see if he's going to be able to catch any more players off. It doesn't look like he will. In fact, he does go down. And that's the problem right there with getting that alpha site. It's very difficult to come in onto C or B unless you get those squad wipes, unless you get those 3-man, 4-man wipes over and over again. And that's not been the case here for the second push of eLevate. We are going to be seeing Wintal now going back and forth on top of that bridge. Still not able to pick up any of those frags. The bomb now into the hands here of URAN. Now we do see Maddie trying to grab it and pull it back. It does look like they are going to be trying to push over here onto Waterside. Wintoss should be there to make the stop, but he needs to be careful over here on his left. Will be getting shot before long. And those cross shots are definitely hard to take down. Big smokes are going to be coming out. You can hear the bomb carrier going in. Nice pick up there on top of Maddie. Immediately shifts back around. And he does see the bomb getting picked up once again. Taking down G-Re, but not going to be able to do any more damage than that. Fractal, though, in a beautiful position here on the backside. Only finds one to connect with his shots. Don't know if he's going to be going in for the revive or not. Doesn't look like that's going to be the case. So the bomb carrier, he's making his way over here towards this Charlie Bravo site, which is a really fantastic site if they can get control of it. So far, though, Baki, oh, the snap right there to the guy's face. We'll be able to take him down. He is currently, though, negative, I believe. He's going to be 5 and 6 here. So he's not going to be able to light it up like we've seen him in the past, but eLevate does get completely wiped out. Now we are going to be seeing that B site starting to get planted on. And this is fantastic here for Pain, as they will be able to get one of the harder bomb sites to control. Tony is going to be able to get that long-range Ace-23 shot. Nice pick up there. 3 players will now be alive for Uran. Now down to 2. Tony going to try and clear this out as best as he possibly can. And we are going to be seeing him getting onto the defuse, I would imagine, here very soon. Baki, though, getting taken down, going in for the defuse. It's going to be up to Zig here, the last player alive, to try and prevent any kind of defuse going down. He's not going to be able to do so. We do still see Tony getting onto it, but no, it reset. And oh my god, this is getting so close. Still going to be seeing a couple of players left alive, and that is going to be 1-1, evening it up. eLevate could not do it, as we do see somehow, some way, the last player, literally one player was alive for Pain that entire time almost. And he was still able to stay alive long enough to get that defuse, or to kill the diffuser, and to get a couple of spawns in from his team. So fantastic job there from Pain, as eLevate just, I don't know, I feel like kind of interested to see from the point of view of Tony, but Tony should have been able to get that defuse a lot earlier than what he did. I think it was maybe just pausing there too much, waiting to try and find where the rest of the players there for Uran, because they knew that Pain still had a couple of guys left up and alive. They hadn't gotten a squad wipe signal yet, which is basically your go-ahead to make those big aggressive pushes. So we do see 3 down for Pain, as eLevate's going to be making their way up towards the middle of the map, and that bomb carrier does get picked up very quickly. Zig trying to do some work and not able to do so. And he ends up getting picked up as well. So all the spawns are going to be back at main. But look at where they have to go. They're going to have to go over here to Bravo. And this is a near impossible position to set up on, unless you can get those really tight frags all together. If you can get 2 or 3 frags right back to back, then it's absolutely possible to break this. And so far, that's not going to be the case. Fractal does end up going down. Baki also getting picked up. Pain looking fairly decent here. They have all 5 of their guys up alive. Will be able to get control of the bomb once again. 2 minutes left on the clock. There is plenty of time here for Pain to go back down to the other side, get that nice plant, and take it to a 2-1 advantage in the next round, which they would absolutely love to do. Fractal in and getting picked up right now. We do see a fairly decent setup right now, I would have to say, from eLevate. If you notice, they ended up backing up towards the bridge. They're making sure that they can fall back and slow this push down as much as possible. Supreme will be able to take down Maddie as he's looking for the cross shot. Oh, the timing there! He probably could have gotten a couple of hit markers there onto the bomb carrier himself, but he is going to be able to stay alive, which is definitely the biggest thing here, as the bomb does go down. 1 minute and 17 seconds left on the clock. 2 players are alive for Uran. They're all up on top of the bridge right now. Maddie doesn't end up going down. It's up to Spawn this here to try and stay alive, prevent eLevate from having a clean push into that B side. And Spawnus is definitely going to try and wrap around over here towards Bravo. We do see him getting taken down. Finally, the spawns are going to be coming back in from main. C site should be getting planted on here pretty darn soon. Gabrielos is going to be trying to make his first push in, but no, he does end up going down, but not before his teammate does trade out. There's the push coming in. Jiri now getting picked up. Nobody coming back in from that main spawn. 2 players are left up alive. Jiri now the only one there. He gets squad wiped. Spawnness will have to come back from main. This is the setup here that eLevate wanted to have right from the start. And now if you look at it, they are going to be poised to take this second bomb and take the lead here in the second round. 5 players from URAN, though, are going to be pushing down so aggressively here. Looks like Gabrielis did get picked up right from the get-go, and we will be seeing now a trade there. Maddie getting picked up as well. So that, my friends, is going to be it. URAN not able to make it happen as they do go down. That's going to be a 2-1 advantage for eLevate as we do switch sides. So fantastic job there from eLevate. Really didn't see them being able to do that on that particular map. But you know what? As I said before, I hadn't really watched them on that map or cast them on that map previously. And yes, guys, I'm not reading chat, but I'm sure in chat you're probably saying, it's not URAN, it's Pain Gaming. Yes, I realize that. But old habits die hard, as I've been casting these same players with URAN tags for 2 years now. So it just happens. So deal with it. But yeah, eLevate looked very, very solid there in that second half of that match. Now, really curious to see how Pain is going to be reacting to this. Now, Pain is going to have probably the easier side to keep from getting spawn trapped on. And it's really going to be up to Pain just to spawn trap eLevate. I mean, that's really what it's going to come down to. Can Pain do the same exact thing that eLevate did to them? And if they can, they're going to be coming out with a win. We saw them being able to fight back to one of the hardest bomb sites that you could possibly go for that's on the blue side of the map. And they were able to get it. Albeit very close. I mean, it was very, very close. And there's a few moments that some questionable decisions there from eLevate that probably handed them the bomb. But it was very, very, very close. So, you know, it's going to be an interesting one here. All right, 40 seconds left on the clock before we get started here. We have swapped sides, and we are going to be getting this thing rolling here in just a few moments. Once again, guys, this is the second map of our semifinals best of 3. We are in our second round of this map. So far, eLevate with a 2-1 advantage. And we'll see if they're going to be able to take it to a map number 3, which will be on Parasail Storm. All right, there are the breakouts. Should be seeing much of the same. Don't really see too much change going down. Probably be 2-1-2 overall. Well, we do see a little bit of an aggressive push there onto the north side of the map, and this is going to be Pain, as they're going to be pushing out 3 to the top side. So this is probably the biggest change that we've seen so far from these breakouts. And Zig is going to be starting this off right here, see if he can get any kind of a frag going down. Looks like Baki is going to be opening up with the first kill of this round. And Zig not able to do much of anything at all. It has to be pushed back. Nobody getting onto the bomb just yet. We do see those spawns coming in. So far, pretty even trades going across the board. Nobody able to move around just yet. Supreme doesn't going down. We do see Zig now making the move for the bomb. We'll be able to grab a hold of it, and if they can get control there of the topside mountain, which I think there's only one player actually there from eLevate, they should be able to get this flank here fairly easily, and Zig does make it all the way around. You do see the push coming in. There's the trade-outs going down as well. Spawnness able to pick up both of those kills, and this is a fantastic position here for Pain. As you can see, 4 players will be up and alive. The spawns are going to be coming in for eLevate, but look at where they are at. This is a terrible position for them to be in. Almost no cover at all, and they have to make their way over there towards that A site, which is very, very open. Supreme does end up falling right away. Baki actually using a recon kit, and I really do not agree with this setup here. He knows that they're going to be coming in very, very aggressively, and I mean, he's going to be able to pick up at least one of those frags. Let's see if he can pick up a second one. So far, not able to connect with the shots. But, I mean, really, what is he doing for his team right now? As we do see him now finally getting shot from behind. You know, a player like Baki, you need him to play aggressive. You need him to push and get in their faces, and that was not the case there in that situation. As a Supreme turns around, we'll be able to pick up at least one. Zig, Gabrielos now, only players left up and alive for URAN, but that's going to be evening it up 2-2 all around. And that was very, very early on. I mean, you're talking about a 2-minute bomb there. Not something that eLevate wanted to see going down whatsoever. So Tony is going to be playing extremely passive there, making sure nobody's going to be coming back around. Gabrielos, though, he's going to be like, you know what? Screw playing passive. We're going to go ahead and shut this game down. Picking up one, looking for the second one. Picks up the Rex, easy peasy, with the second as well. Beautiful job there from Gabrielos. 3 down from eLevate, and now we are going to be seeing that second plant going down. This is what I was talking about, guys. This is what I'm talking about. Can Pain do what eLevate did to them? And the answer is yes. Absolutely yes. Fractal is going to be pushed back here. We do see that Incendiary doing quite a bit of damage, actually, as Pain is looking like they're in fantastic position. 2 players do end up going down over there towards the middle of the mat. Spawnness, though, will be back up. Does he go in for the possible diffuser? He'll be able to pick up at least one, and they do know that he's going to be pushed up inside the planters here, as we do see nobody going on onto the defuse just yet. Fantastic job here from Pain. Tony, the only guy left up and alive. And guys, that's going to be GG. I mean, there's pretty much no way that we're going to be seeing eLevate coming back, obviously, as there's no more bombs left to go. So we will be seeing Pain taking the win 3-2, and overall 2 maps to 0, as we'll be moving on into our grand finals. And how much you want to bet that's going to be Spawnness? I'm going to say yes. That's going to be Spawnness. And yes, or not Spawnness, Sponsorless. Yeah, it's going to be Spawnness. Spawnless, all alone, is going to make it up into the finals. He's going to be the man to take it. So yeah, we are going to be heading into our grand finals, which will be coming up here very, very shortly. Once again, do appreciate all of you guys for coming out and watching. Hope you have enjoyed the content so far. But this has been a very long night. And yeah, I do apologize for maybe the lackluster cast. My throat and my head is just, it feels like somebody's just taking a hammer and beating the side of it. So I do apologize for that. But anywho's, definitely a really good match there from Pain. I really think that we have seen that Pain pretty much has shown that, you know, with that squad of players, they're going to be able to stay in the top second, second or third spot consistently, probably the second spot consistently. But what they really need to start proving is, can they take down Dexterity, or previously known as Dexterity, Sponsorless? Honestly, I don't think they have it in them. We've seen how much they actually struggled against eLevate, and this is nothing against eLevate. It really isn't. But they are not the team that they were a couple of weeks ago that was taking down Dexterity. I don't care what you say, they were looking really, really good a couple of weeks ago. They're not that team anymore, and even Pain is struggling with eLevate, which means that once they go into against a team like Sponsorless, who is head and shoulders above any other team right now in the Americas. They're head and shoulders above any other team in the world other than Fnatic. So I mean, that's the level of play that you're going up against right there. So I really I feel like Pain they haven't hit that spot yet to take down this team. I really, really hope that they keep improving. I think that I'm not too sure if that was eLevate with the roster change that was really giving them trouble, adding on Fractal, Tony. I don't know if that was, let's just eLevate getting better, or if Pain losing Revolts, because honestly, Revolts, one of the best fraggers, if not, well, I would say that he's one of the top fraggers right now in the game. He was not there tonight. So I don't know if losing him just kind of, hurt them a little bit in terms of dealing with eLevate or whatever it may be, a combination of both of them. But they're going to have a hard time. They're going to have a really hard time versus a Sponsorless, previously Dexterity squad going into the finals. This isn't going to be a best of 5. And last time, with really Pain's best squad, we saw a 3-0. And it was a pretty convincing 3-0. So we're going to take a quick little break, though. Guys, make sure you check out our Twitter, ESL Battlefield. Check out the website, play.esl.com/battlefield. Make sure you sign up for the next 2 cups, which are going to be going down on the 18th as well as the 25th. And we're going to take a quick little break. So, guys, don't go anywhere. We will be right back.